So, cooking. Cooking is hard. It is. I mean, it's also easy in some ways, but really, cooking good food takes knowledge. It takes craftsmanship. It takes a certain amount of artistry, things along those lines. It does take a set of skills that I haven't really developed. So when I saw this game, I thought, hmm, is this game going to encourage me? Is it going to help me become a better cook, a better chef, so that I can make the kind of good food I love to eat? Will it threaten my somewhat dad body figure, and make me balloon outwards? And I played it a bit, and the answer is no, not quite, but it is quite inspirational and it is a hell of a lot of fun. This is Little Chef Cozy Cooking, and it's a demo. The full game, is wishlistable on Steam, and I am very tempted to actually go and do exactly that, and maybe grab it when it comes out, because there is a lot of fun, enjoyment, and fine detail in this game that I think is worth playing and worth supporting. This is the start menu, and as a really nice kind of feature, a nice addition, the start menu is full of mildly interactable things, which I haven't really seen before. Stuff that doesn't actually do anything, but you can still interact with. There's the usual things. There's their Steam link. There's their Discord. They do encourage people to come and be a voice in their development process in their studio via the Discord and so on. There's like just little things that shuffle when you mouse over them. It is a little concerning that the settings is crossed out, but this is just a demo, so I suppose they didn't want to spend time and effort and bug breaking time on getting settings up and working for their demo. Although I would recommend focusing on that for a later version. It's 2.8 alpha, so we're a little way away from that kind of thing. But I think quality of life controls are quite important for players, so it would be nice to be able to fiddle with those. There's a key that doesn't do anything, and this is quite impressive because there's a pencil that you can pick up and then scribble with. Yeah, I love that. And then just put it down again. Looked like I was trying to draw something rude there. I promise I wasn't. Anyway, let us jump into the game and we can have a little bit of a play of this, and I can show you how this game works. It's one of those wonderful, mix two things together to make a third thing type of games. Now, I really do love those. There's a lot of different approaches to it, and I think this is one of the better, one of the more compelling approaches that I've actually seen. I'll show you what I mean. Let's jump in. So here we are in the only level that this demo has. There's apparently 3 different levels in the full game, and we only have part of the activity in this level. But this is a sort of a kitchen area in a student dorm, which is why there are different cupboards with different names on it. But we have possibly not entirely legal access to all of the dorm people's little cabinets. So we can nick some of their food and use it to cook with. And I think if I was in a dorm, I would be okay with that, as long as I got the resulting really good food. So the important thing is up here on the top left, we have the recipes that we are trying to make, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to combine the various ingredients and use them to make recipes. So there's a whole bunch of things with different names: a sweet sandwich, a savory sandwich, hot milk, and so on. There's a little bit of a clue into the names as to how to make it, but what we want to do is we want to make all of these things, and then I guess there's the weird things that shouldn't really be eaten or won't be very nice to eat. So yeah, we have the good things and the what were you thinking things, and then over here I think this is just information about the level that we're on and how much progress we've made on that level. So this will no doubt be filled with the other 2 levels where you'll be able to have a look at them and maybe even switch to them. So that is the book that we can pull out, our recipe book. Let's close that away. And this is our space. Now, some things you can't actually pick up, like, there's cups and things that you can just clink about, but you can't actually pick those up. But then there are things that you can pick up, like this tape. We can pick this tape up, and what we can do with the tape is stick it in the tape deck over here, and then click the top to play some music. I don't know if this sound is coming through for you. It is a little bit quiet in the sound levels are a bit down. Anyway, there's twangy music there, but I'm not going to let that continue playing. Maybe I'll let it play for a little while, if you can hear it. Anyway, so how do we do the cooking? Well, the approach is fairly simple. You pick up an ingredient, like this pasta, and you drop it in the pot. Box and all, the game sorts all that out. And then it shows you what your recipe is over here, the things you're making. At the moment, all we have is pasta, and we can click that on and let it cook. And cha-ching, it tells you what we have successfully produced, which is a bowl of pasta. It's a very, very pleasant thing to eat. Perhaps a little bit of salt and sauce or something like that. But yeah, so we have successfully now unlocked one of the recipes. If we have a look at our recipe list, we have a new recipe here. Bowl of pasta, plain old pasta. I'm sort of tired of it, just like I'm getting tired of my studies. Maybe I'm not cut out to be a lawyer after all. Oh dear, we're a law student. I'm a little concerned about that, but that's fine. It is a hard path to go down. We have another ingredient over here, which is milk. We can just drop that in, turn it on, cook up the milk, and cha-ching, we have made hot milk, which is the perfect thing to take to bed on a night where you need a sleep or it's a cold night. I'm on a coffee detox after Josh told me that caffeine made him temporarily blind once. The milk on its own doesn't really wake me up, but I'd rather have my eyes. That would put you to sleep, but I mean, you know, if you are needing a little bit of comfort, that is pleasant. Right, so that's the simple process. Is you can drop an ingredient in, you make something, but obviously what next do we need to do is, there's nothing in there, is make multiple ingredients. So if we start now opening our fellow, I don't know if this is maybe us. Are we KD? Is this just us? There's a mystery bottle there. Well, if we open KD, we see she has some bread and potatoes in a bag. If we open Josh, he has some eggs and protein powder. He's trying to get big. And we cannot open Shane because his is locked. But we have some ingredients to work with. For example, let's just take a slice of bread and we drop it in. And let us nick one of Josh's eggs and drop it in. And we hit the cookery. And we have a savory sandwich. Obviously, you know, there's elements there that the game is taking the liberties around, but it is a very pleasant way to produce some food and give you some ideas for food. And it's a little puzzle solving. Let's have a look at the savory sandwich. I am your egg dish's favorite egg dish. We don't have cheese in there, so I don't know. Do we do it better if we ever get cheese, or is that a forthcoming feature? I don't know. I don't know if we can unlock cheese. See, that is the thing. We can unlock certain things with certain recipes. Talking about unlocking, Shane's cupboard is locked, but there is a mysterious gold ring in the pot over here. We take that and we drag it across to the lock. Yeah, we have solved that puzzle. And we have beans. And there is not much you can do wrong with beans. We'll drop the beans into the pot. We'll give it a cook. And we've unlocked warm beans. Let's see what it actually says about warm beans. I never ate kidney beans much growing up, but now they are like a life force to me. Yeah, beans are a good thing, and of course a very, very good recipe. Although these are the wrong beans for it, is toast and beans, or rather bread and beans in this case. But we're going to assume it's toast because it becomes beans on toast. Now I know a lot of Americans don't quite get this, but I have English heritage, and this is the most comforting of comfort foods I can imagine. I mean, this even beats out mac and cheese for comfort food. This sends me back to my childhood. This makes the day a happier place. I cannot stress how good nice beans on toast can be for when you're used to it and you need a little bit of a warm pick-me-up. It's even better than the warm milk. A true student meal. It makes me wish I spent a little more time in the kitchen so I could make something decent. This is decent. If only Mom would have been supportive of me learning how to cook. This is decent. This is a fantastic meal. I love beans on toast. I don't understand people who don't like it. That good, sort of cheapo tomato sauce or ketchup-ish sauce that's in with the beans goes into the toast, and oh, it's good. I mean, if you really want to spruce it up, you could throw in some Worcestershire sauce or some soy sauce or something like that, just to add a little bit of a salty tang to it. It's nice. And yeah, there's some potatoes here that we can't get to, but as an example of some of the other problem solving, I'm going to turn this music off. Stop music, stop. Thank you. Let us grab the knife, because we have a nice sharp knife here, and just tick, 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 and we have opened the bag of potatoes. So now we can grab a potato, pop it in the pot, cook it up. And what do we get? Oh, we get fries. So, you know, we went straight past boiled and baked potatoes, just straight to fries. What we're missing here is actually a microwave. Maybe some of the other levels will have that. So fries. I like my fries with sides and sauces, but Josh seems to think all condiments in the kitchen are a free-for-all. Alright, so it's just for you. Anyway, and yeah, we have a sponge, and we can use it to wash dishes and things like that. But what we can also do with the sponge is let's try cooking that up. Turn it on. And we have Sponge Man. And this, I think, is the first of our not food items. See what it says about Sponge Man. I'm terrified of what I've created and its power. Yeah, so that's a little bit weird, but that's part of the humor elements of the game. And over here on the left is we have Hello Little Chef. We have a letter we can read. Thank you so much for playing. Add us to your wish list and unlock a bonus ingredient. So yeah, give that an examination and a go. If you're interested in wishlisting them, I will probably try and do that when I get a chance to. Yeah, and it'll presumably be in there. I think the ingredient appears in one of the cupboards once you unlock it. I did see people in the comments trying to figure out what was happening with the ingredient. Can we just cook a knife? I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know what it's going to do. We get an iron ingot. Okay, I did not expect that. I wonder if 3 of these and a stick would make me a pickaxe. Okay, we have a little reference in there. That's nice to know. All right. Oh, and something we can do is, of course, there is a toaster here that we can turn on, and it eventually clicks. Oh, no. We can grab a piece of bread, pop it in the toaster, and when it pops out, we have toast. And as you can see, the toast has not disappeared, so we can then take the toast and use it as an ingredient. So that is where the kind of the problem solving goes a little bit further. Logic goes a bit further. And okay, we just use toast to make toast. So yeah, do we have anything new there? We have toast. Can't believe I grew up on this stuff. If Grandma saw what Mom was feeding me, she would have had a heart attack. Yeah. And that is all the gameplay I'm going to show, because I wish you to come and poke around and play around and enjoy this game, because I think it is an extremely enjoyable game that deserves to be poked around and played. So yeah, the link will be in the description. Come and give it a go. There's something I want to try quickly is, can we cook the key? No, and we get another iron ingot. Alright, well, that is now the nature of the game, and I'm hoping you guys want to come and play it, because, as I said, it is well worth playing. And if you are just here for the gameplay, that is all I'm talking about. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. But it comes to our next part now, which is the critique. Well, alright, the UI, as I've already mentioned, let's press escape to pull out. There isn't really a UI so much. There's no controls or anything like that, sound controls or anything like that. We can just go back to the main menu, which admittedly does put it ahead of certain games that don't have a working back to main menu thing, but this makes me sad. The settings crossed out. Again, this is just an alpha/demo, so yeah, we can't really argue about that too much, but I do like to see, any devs watching, I do like to see quality of life controls for players, because it gives the players a sense of agency, a sense of control over the game, and obviously people don't want to adjust their computer settings for your game. They want to adjust your game settings for whatever their familiar states of computers are. So So yeah, really ponder adding that in. Sounds, the sounds are lovely. I gather the sounds are a fairly recent addition by, what was his name? Tumult Collective. So well done, Tumult Collective. Excellent sounds. Slightly strange music, but quite pleasant to listen to. And the rest of the sounds are yeah, absolutely exquisite. Chef's kiss. The art is beautiful. Let's jump in and play. I'm curious to see if it's remembered anything. Yeah, it's okay. It's remembered all the stuff I've done. Which means that they are missing a reset button. I don't think there's one in here, is there? How do I reset my progress? There isn't a way. It doesn't seem. I mean, it's not necessary, but it would be nice to be able to reset progress. Although the cover is locked again. Yeah. That's it would be nice to be able to reset the progress, but certainly not necessary. I don't know why I'm fixating about it. The rest of the art is absolutely fine. This is a very good looking game. It's cozy, it's comfortable, everything looks like it should do. Has that slight cartoony vibe to make it relaxing and endearing and receptive. It feels receptive. I feel like I can get into the game because of the slightly cartoony yet realistic style. I don't know. I'm rambling on about it, but I love the art. Art again, yet another chef's kiss. Gameplay is absolutely adorable. Grab things, stick them in a pot, cook them up, try and get a list of things. It's a perfect gameplay thing. There's no pressure, there's no stress, there's just relaxation. So thank you for magnificent gameplay. Yeah, just the immersion element. And again, I'm thinking this is because it is what you might call it, a demo. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I fit into this world. I don't know what this world is about. What is behind here? Is that not cheese or anything like that? It's just a weird. What is this marker? No, that's just a weird label. It does look like there's something sort of behind the packet of bread over there. That's just me failing to interpret this accurately. Also, what is this milk with the umlaut over the U? Is that from a different place where we are, or is that just to be stylish branding? Ooh, cook up the tape. Have I tried that? I don't think I have tried that. Tape spaghetti. Alright. I'm going to try and stop giving any more spoilers now. Getting distracted. That's ADHD type of stuff kicking in there. Yeah, the immersion. I don't know if I'm Kaylee or Josh or Shane. I don't know if I'm, whereas I know I'm a law student, but that's like the beginning and the end of it. Is there a name on here or anything like that? No. I don't know. We have a pretty thing here with stuff stuck in it, so this feels more like Kaylee to me. Maybe it's left ambiguous so we can identify with it more, but it would be nice to have more immersion elements pulling us into this, telling us a bit more about who the player's character is supposed to be and what's going on, and while we're cooking some little storyline. Yeah, I don't know if that's suitable for a demo, but I'm hoping the full game has something like that. And that's it. That is all I'm going to talk about this game, because I want you guys to come and play it and support it. Don't forget to wishlist it. And thank you for watching. And I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.